computer.
Okay. All right, we're recording team call night. So we're going to do questions and answers. If you guys had questions, Marjorie, you put an awesome one in. Do you want me to answer that one first, or do you want to ask something else? Or Cheryl, do you?
You do whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I loved that question. So it was, let me read it. I think it said, what would you do differently? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 things you would go back and tell your just starting self
Yeah.
to do or do differently.
Okay, so in the beginning, I didn't really know what my goals were for coaching. I just knew that I loved what I was doing and wanted to share it. So I think that, it's hard to say exactly what I would do differently because, I feel like in a way you just have to follow your path. But, and I'm always going to tie it back to this stupid tracker because I love it so much. But if I had had this tracker, then I would have known exactly what to do. Because before it was kind of like, I felt like I was inviting, but I wasn't necessarily inviting. I especially wasn't inviting to the coaching opportunity all the time. And I felt like I was. So the tracker really helps me now to say confidently at the end of the day that I've done the things that I'm supposed to be doing. So this week, I'm in like this diamond push group that corporate puts on, and the goal is to complete every single check mark. And then if you do, you can win prizes. And obviously I love prizes. So doing that. And it's actually, really eye-opening to sit and say, how can I check off each box every single day, especially on a Sunday. Sundays, I don't usually check even half the boxes. So it comes back to the tracker for me, what I would do differently, especially, knowing that I wanted to move my business forward is knowing that I'm doing the right things. I think that's such a good outline to say that you are doing it. But that's not 2 things. Also, personal development. I mean, I don't know that I did as much as I could have throughout my coaching. I would definitely have done more and fit in the audiobooks or the Audible just to make sure I was getting as much as I possibly could. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
I'm always going to bring up the tracker.
Well, I had a feeling it would go that way.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't exist all along. And so they've just said, I don't think for 2 years I knew what the vitals were. I was like, what are they talking about? I knew personal development and I knew inviting and obviously doing the workout and the shakes. Hey!
Hi.
I look so
visitors.
I just took a nap. This is my almost 16-year-old.
Aw, you guys had like adventures today, I saw.
We did. You are crazy. Okay. Yeah, goodbye. I was just about to post about our adventure.
I love it.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions, Cheryl?
Do
you have questions?
Well, my question is one that I think you've talked about before, but how you get through it is, you talked about at the beginning, you were almost not embarrassed, but like you wouldn't talk about the business. And, when you saw people just in general, you wouldn't, invite in person. You wouldn't, share that much in person because like you said, you were almost not embarrassed, but just uncomfortable. So how do you get through that? And how do you just in your day-to-day life be like, because like, as an example, Leah's starting with a new soccer club and I know absolutely no one. So I'm going to meet all these parents and I like your idea of the hydrate. I'm going to definitely work on that with her with soccer. But, how do you go in and not become, a walking billboard and try and shove it down people's throats? But, when you meet new people, how do you?
Yeah, good one. And that's something that I'm still working on now. So I'm really aware of it now. So I think that like being aware is half the battle. there are times where I go into social situations and like I like a person, like, you know, you go to a party and maybe you don't know people, then you start talking to people and you're like, oh, I really like that person. I think that you have to be brave and bridge that gap to say, hey, are you on Instagram? So that you can connect from your real life into social media, which can be hard to do. I went to a party recently and I got scared and like I told you guys, remember that story about the Staples lady that I connected with? And I should have connected that right there. And it can be awkward. It really can be. So the party that I went to recently that I liked a couple people there, I went into the invite on Facebook and I found them on the invite and friended them that way. And was able to do that. So, and then now, always people asked me from seeing me on social media, they asked me in person about these things. And I would clam up and just say, it's not, oh, that's so silly, you know, blah, 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 and then talk about something else. So now when I get those questions, I share about it. And I just, like a genuine, like, you know, just as easily as I opened a therapy practice, I'm doing this health and fitness thing and I love it so much. And depending on their response, I might answer more questions or, but I'm really trying to connect that real life to the social media and say, you know, here's my card. Like, I'm really bad about carrying shit with me. So I want to like carry cards and have them, you know, to give to people to say, hey, you know, why not? You know, you're on social media and so am I. Why are we not connecting? And, you know, if the conversation goes further about programs or about things that they've done, that's even more of a reason to connect, you know? What else? I was going to say something else though. Oh, so the other day, Kaylin came home and said to me that she ran into two people and they both told her that I was trying to get them to join Beachbody. And at first it hit me kind of like in the heart. Like I was like, oh, like I am that person. And then I was like, I am that person. I'm the crazy Beachbody lady. So I was like, whereas I would have been embarrassed before and I still felt a tinge of that, I was like, oh my God, I'm becoming that. So that excited me. I'm like, you know, I'm doing something right. If they're connecting me with that, then I'm doing it right. I'm like the next Danielle Natoni. So I think it's going to be, you know, it's a process and you have to just really dig into what you love about it and why you love it. And that, I think that naturally just happens, you know, I want to talk about this. It's like running, you know, when you run, you want to talk about running to everyone. And it sucks when people don't want to talk about running. I feel the same way about Beachbody.
Well, so I'm having an easier time talking about running, but not about Beachbody. So.
And running is a good tie-in. And I know for me, like my tie-in to that is I never realized how important strength training is. And my running really improved when I added strength training. So that's a really good way to bridge it. You know, runners want to be better runners. They want to be faster. They want to be stronger. And strength training does that for runners.
Right.
What else? It's okay.
What is in that cup?
Wine.
Nice.
It is National Hydration.
I have water too.
Hydrate.
Melissa.
I used the product name in my live video too. What a newbie. I'm reading this book that I'm loving and I wanted to share this with you guys because it would have been something that I just voice memoed to you, but since I knew I was going to see you, I had to say it. So this is John C. Maxwell, who I love. This is Good Leaders Ask Great Questions. And I loved this quote. A dream is something you really want to do, but a calling is something you have to do. And like, it just spoke to me so much because this is like when I have to do this tracker every day, like it fires me up to figure out how I'm going to check off the boxes and how I can get it done, because I have to do this. I have to share this. When I started this month doing all these coaching invites, like it was really scary. Like it really made me almost sick to my stomach. But when I did it, I realized that giving that invite to someone and telling them that I thought that they would be good at it. Some people obviously are jerks and they're like, please stop messaging me or whatever. Fine, I'll stop messaging you. But the people that wrote back and were like, wow, I never thought that would be something I would be good at. I realized that I had given them some bit of confidence in themselves, whether or not they thought it was a good fit or whatever. I was like, that's really cool that I've shared something with them that they may never have thought about. Maybe they've seen it and thought they could never do it. And it opened up something in them that maybe down the line they'll consider doing. And that's what, when you, like a calling is that you have to do it. Like you have to share this with people, to make their lives better. I love this book. I love John C. Maxwell.
He's got like 1 million books.
I wanted to share that with you guys. So
Doesn't he have like 1 million books?
what?
Doesn't he have like 1 million books?
Like 1 million. And I had like 20 of them from the library. So what I did was I went on Wikipedia and I chose like to keep the ones that were written from like 2015 and above and just got rid of the rest. Because I couldn't read them all, and half of them are really relevant, things age and stuff. So, but also I thought it would be important to talk about the product launch, especially Cheryl, since you made me aware that the coaches are July 1st to July 15th.
Yeah. I watched the training this week. They had Thursday or Friday, there was like a 10-minute training about it. And they talked about that. And it's the first time that they've ever released like the first 10 days so that we can actually get results to show before it really goes on. Like even if you just do those 10 days over 3 times in 30 days or,
Yeah. And it's also really cool because if people are really excited, they'll become coaches just to get access.
Right, to get it early.
So what would be really important now, because so today's June 23rd. July 1st is only it's only a week away.
Monday.
So
Thanks.
yeah, are you guys starting to invite?
That's what I'm trying to figure out how to do.
Okay. So now, and I will share what I've been saying, but, you can start doing, obviously, once you do the sample workout, you can start talking about it or follow that calendar, the social media calendar that I posted, just to get excitement going about it. To current customers and to potential customers, and then really reaching out to those people who are responding. And, I haven't had super success with the free workout links in the past, but I'm still going to, offer them. I don't really know that people use them, and I don't know. It's always that debate about the free stuff, but there's that to show them, to show what the workout is all about and give a sample, and then, bring them in as either coaches during that time period or as customers when the program actually launches. And it's kind of cool that it's 100 days, or 100 workouts, not 100 days, because that is a little bit overwhelming, But if you have somebody who is used to 100 or an hour workout, they can get 2 workouts in a day.
I'm seeing everybody doing that burpee bolt thing.
Oh,
I tried it. I'm just almost afraid to post it because some people are going to be like, oh, I can't do that. I'm not even going to try,
Yeah.
Well, maybe I try it and, I can do it now and then a week from now and then 2 weeks from
I
now.
say show it, because you're showing people you're not going to know it from the beginning. It's just like Transform 20.
Right.
Remember how slow everyone was moving at first, and then you speed up?
But I figured even if like every Monday I
Yeah.
process progress on my, you know, burpee bolt or bolt burpee or whatever it's called, you know.
I'm terrified of it.
I mean, it wasn't, I didn't fall on my face, so that was a good thing. I haven't videotaped
Yeah.
it yet. I just tried it real quick. But
Is the sample one on now?
Yeah.
See, I was thinking it was tomorrow, so I didn't even look for it.
It's not on bot.
Oh,
It's just that link.
Yeah.
okay.
So I had to use my laptop and, you know, did the videos with my phone.
But
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's going to be on
I
bod
looked at
tomorrow.
bot at first. Oh, it's going to be on bod?
That's what somebody said, it was going to be on bod tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, good. Okay. Oh,
I don't
that's
know if that's true or not, but somebody did say that in Fit and Fierce.
okay. Well, that's good. That's good news.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I will post in the group like what my invite has been just to kind of get the excitement going. You know, once you guys have a good customer base, your customers are going to be the people that keep coming back, especially when new programs are released because they're excited about them. So, you know, that's the time to kind of bring it up in challenge groups and, you know, talk about it with people. So it's exciting. It's really exciting when a new program launches, especially one like this that's good.
So we can purchase it July 1st. Is that what you said?
I think so,
I
yeah.
think that's what I read.
Yeah.
And then do we immediately have access to it, or is it
The 10 workouts.
the first 10? Okay, I see. I must have missed that little training.
And then we'll, you know, if you buy the completion pack or whatever, you'll get the book, and the book sounds amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a good conversation to have, especially if somebody's like all in and they really want to do it. You say, okay, listen, these are the options. You can become a coach, you know, and have access immediately when I do. And it's also really good too, because if I'm going to have to redo my calendar now because I'm going to be doing those workouts. But when you're posting those workouts, people are going to be saying, where are you getting this? You know, and then you can have that conversation. Get it at the end of the month, you know, with the other customers, or you can get it now as a coach, you know, and you might get some coaches that way because they want to join.
Right. I saw somebody say, oh, I can't wait till October when it's available on bod. It's like, what do you want to wait till October?
I didn't understand that.
Yeah, like
I remember that when T20 came out, people were like that too. But
there's no reason to wait. Buy the completion. If you already have bod, just buy the completion pack now and get going.
Yeah, no, and that's what I wanted to say about the product or the program launches is that, you know, I look at it, even if it's not something that I'm really excited, I get excited about everything, even if it's not really something I'm excited about. I'm just like that. So, and especially with this one, there's a lot of jumping, there's a lot of stuff I can't do, but when you miss a program launch, you're missing the potential of helping somebody that program could help. Because not everybody loves every program. Not every program is for everybody. But this isn't about us. This is about other people too. So, you know, you really want to take advantage of that. And a $40 investment, you know, this is a business investment, really.
Yeah.
So, you know, don't miss out on the program launches because I told you guys I almost missed out on the ultimate portion fix, and I can't imagine my last couple months just would have been so different without it. So, you know, just embrace it, try it. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But, you know, at least you can then say to somebody, this is good for whatever, or this was my experience with it, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's always better to have the info and be able to speak from your own experience of it than anything else.
Oh, that's good.
come on, Cheryl.
I'm sorry.
I guess I should stop. I'm going to stop recording now. Official business is over. Does anyone have any more questions?
Where do you get business cards? Did you make your own or like their Beachbody business cards?
I did on Vista Print. They're like so cheap.
Yeah, that's what my husband uses for his.
But I need new ones because I don't have my Instagram on it.
That's a good idea.
How can you not have your Instagram on it? You are the
No.
Instagram.
I know.
Hashtags today.
Yes. So that's something else. I don't know what training I learned from, but they said always put your name as a hashtag so someone can always find all of your stuff. And I did the team one too. Yeah. So now I forget sometimes and I'm like, so sometimes I'll go back in and add it, but it's really cool because then they can look you up and, you know.
That's smart.
Yeah, I did. And I looked you up that way today.
Oh, you did?
And I'm like, I'm going to go look at her name. And then I put
Yeah.
my name. There's nobody with my name, but there's someone with Cheryl Pipenberger.
Is she a coach?
No.
Oh.
So that's all right.
Yeah, I mean, I use the cards, you know, I'll leave them like at businesses if I have them. I'm trying to be better about having them on me. I carried them around at Disney because I wore all the shirts. I was like ready to talk at Disney. Didn't say one word about Beachbody the whole time, but I was ready.
I think I'm going to order in the back of my phone because I always have my
Oh yeah, that's smart.
in there. So I always have my phone. Even if I only have one or two in there, that'll be enough.
And you know, another thing with the public stuff, like talking to people in person, I've been trying to be better about like if there's something I'm invited to that I'm really wouldn't necessarily want to go to, I try to look at it as like a business opportunity where it's somewhere that I can potentially talk to people and socialize. And it's usually a good experience. Like I went to a Pampered Chef event the other night. I really didn't end up talking to anyone but my friend, but it's still a good time to be out there. And, you know, if there is somebody that you connect with, you know, that way, it's just good. It's good for everything, I think. All right, I'm going to stop recording though, unless you have another question. I don't want to rush you. I just want to be silly and not camera.
How many days before we leave for Summit?
Oh my God. How many?
12?
16.
13?
Oh.
16? Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
16.
I did the countdown today of my muffin. All right, I'm going to end this.
Okay, bye.
No. Oh no. Didn't stop recording. Oh, there we go. Do you want to stop the recording? Yes.